Now, from time immemorial, the Yorubas of southwestern Nigeria have preserved the cultural practice of panegyrics or praise chanting, even as the conservation of this structured pattern of evocative rhythms or rhyme is threatened by civilization. The influx of young cultural ambassadors is on the rise. TVC News senior reporter Ola Awakon explores this art of panegyrics with a spotlight on 3 creative young chanters on the significance of praise chanting for cultural preservation in the 21st century.
Yoruba is one of the major languages spoken in Nigeria, the most populous country in Africa. It has an actual community of about 30 million speakers throughout West Africa. They are a tribe that cherishes their culture and values. By custom, traditional rulers oversee their domains and act chiefly as custodians of culture. Often, they are accompanied and eulogized by royal bards and palace chanters. This is Ile-Ife in southwest of Nigeria. Every morning as the cock crows, the Ijala Ooni salutes His Imperial Majesty, the Ooni, with his chants. The Ooni is reminded of his ancestry, cultural eminence, and the duty these impose on him towards his subjects. For an art of deep cultural significance, chanting has been a part of the Yoruba as far as human memory can travel. Having studied the significance of this form of verbal art through the popularization gained from the legendary Yoruba chanter Sulaimon Aremu Ayilara, nicknamed Ajobiewe, I decided to explore its place and use for cultural preservation in the 21st century. I visited Ajobiewe in his office, and he explained how he was born into the tradition of chanting. As the only surviving child after 9 attempts by his parents, he developed a close affinity with them and picked up the art from infancy.
Àmọ́ bàbá mi ò lè tó torí àti dàgbà 1870 something ni wọ́n bí bàbá mi. Ẹ wá wo èmi ni mo jẹ́ àkọ́bí, èmi náà mo jẹ́ last born. Bóyá ṣe búrẹ́dì tí mo kọ́ ní ìsìn mo lè sọ iye ọdún tí mo fi kọ́, mo lè sọ iye ọdún tí mo fi ṣe, kí ni sọ iye ọdún tí mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pé ẹ̀sà. Ìmọ̀wé primary 6 náà mo kà, primary 6 ọ̀nà ṣe dáadáa, ọdún mẹ́wàá mo fi kà, mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní 1960, mo jáde 1970.
Growing up, one would wonder how he memorized the panegyrics and ancestral chants of many communities, families, clans, and traditional occupations with dance steps to add aesthetics to the local television series and movies he's been involved in. Always a delight to watch. I thought to speak with a professor of Yoruba oral literature, and Professor Oladele Orimo-Ogunje came in handy. The scholar took me on a journey of how the class of verbal art has helped the expression of the values of Yoruba society.
Verbal art we're talking of among the Yoruba, we have 3 categories. One is the chanting mode you are talking of. The other one is song, while the last one is the recitation. That's the recitative mode. These are the verbal arts used among the Yoruba pre- and post-colonial era. They use all these genres to reflect and express their belief, their faith, their religion.
Given the influx of youth into the praise chanting tradition and how chanters are now being sought after for weddings, birthdays, and other events, I picked on 3 chanters: Ifeoluwa Ogunmakinwa, a chanter and Yoruba educator; Omotola Apata, a creative and innovative chanter who uses the violin to embellish his chants, and Azizat Majengbason, another young and versatile chanter. Abike Chanter, as she is fondly called, graduated as one of the best in her department after being discouraged by classmates who often mocked her for having a bad voice texture.
For the year so far, I do Alagaduru stuff, and I chant, I do birthday surprises. We go and meet them, whether face off, we have the one we call face off, that's the one we send videos to them with their pictures, and we have the one we go to their house, we do with my talking drummers, and we go there, we entertain them, we make them happy, and so on like that. Concerning my chant, actually, it is actually a blessing for me to be a Yoruba teacher and also an Ewi chanter.
After I came across this video of a chanter blending his voice with the sound from the violin, I got fascinated by the synergy inspired by modernity. I set out to meet with Omotola Akpata from the Ijebu-Mushin area of Ogun State. The graduate of theatre arts from the University of Ibadan came with a violinist and a talking drummer. The blend was interesting and unique.
Actually, I started many years ago, let me say 2008 professionally. But let me tell you, to be sincere and to be candid, everything that I've acquired till today is from chant. It has helped me to travel outside the country, even though I've not been to abroad, but at least I've been outside the country through the chant. And I've never in my life thought probably I would make millions of naira through chant.
I did not stop my sojourn here. I also took a step further to meet with another young and versatile chanter, Azizat Majengbason, who studied accounting at the Osun State College of Technology, SRK.
You can see that there is much more in it than just ordinary chant. Imagine you chanting someone now, praising their oriki, and the person was crying, as in the person started shedding tears. You did something in that place. What did you do? Memories. You brought back the memories that has been lost for a very time ago. Now, if you say that in the olden days, it is our forefathers that do it, all these older people, definitely we will forget our roots.
Let's have a feel of what the streets feel about Oriki. Good to be here.
This first man from Ijebu in Ogun State could not remember his ancestral chants, and Arike Super Chanter was on hand to awaken his consciousness. He got so fascinated by the chant and could not help but spend some money from the little he had made for the day.
What I love Oriki, it's amazing. When you are being praised, you want to do more than your ability.
More people were visited to test the street knowledge of Oriki or praise chant, and they all appreciated the gesture and squeezed some money into Arike Super Chanter's hand for making them see the beauty of chants again. It is estimated that there are more than 1,000 Yoruba chanters, some of whom are scattered across Africa and the world. As more youth pique interest in the art of chanting for the preservation of culture, it is expected that the government gets involved by recognizing them and giving Yoruba oral literature a stronger voice in the creative economy for the conservation of Nigeria's cultural identity. Ola Awakon, TVC News, Lagos.
Beautiful African culture there, Nigerian culture. But Ibrahim, do you remember yours? What your Oriki is? Can you?
Well, I do not have a personal one, but I know that there is one for my lineage. You know, the Gomodia Felija. You know, from.
Don't do Gomodia Felija.
Do you want me to start? Do you want me to start?
Say it the way it should be said. What is Gomodia Felija? Funkifying it.
No, don't let me get there.
You don't want to get there.
But I don't have that voice.
You can just start.
And if I say it, some people might be offended in this
Why?
studio. Igomodia Felija, afikondo yoju egba, afikoti yoju ketu. You know. So when you say use kondo is a stick.
Who asked you to speak English? Now you should have continued. Anyway, we do not have as much time.
But it's a beautiful one. Old. Sometimes they also do similar thing in there is a jala for the hunters. It's so beautiful.
It is. But Olamide Odekule, right, is standing by now for trending now. Perhaps she knows her own Oriki. Olamide, can you?
Good morning, guys. How are you doing today?
Very good.
My Oriki is actually Aduni, and actually I like being called Aduni by people who are very close to me. They are very, very important, I would say, because it tells you how your parents view you and how you're seen at home.
Beautiful.
So can you do the panegyrics for Aduni?
I cannot. The most you're getting out of me is Aduni.
Oh, nice.